Dear students, welcome back to CUET mock exams quantitative aptitude sessions discussion. So here our first question is from the topic average. It's a very simple average question. In a class of 60 students, there are 30 girls. The average weight of the girls is 58 kilogram and the average weight of the full class is 63 kilogram. What is the average weight of the boys of the class? Here we just consider in total there were 60 students. Here the number of girls is 30, number of boys is also 30. Actually, this is the number of students, those are the weightages, therefore we can express those values in the ratio form, that is 1:1. So if you need to find out the average weight of the boys, so we have the average weight of the girls. So here what is the average weight of the girls? Average weight of the girls is 58 kilogram. Suppose the average weight of the boys, we just assume that as x kilogram. So this is 58 kilogram and girls, that is x kilogram. And what is their net average? That's also given as 63 kilogram. How we can connect them? So this is the basic idea of weighted average. How we can apply the weighted average in such a situation? So this weighted average is nothing but the 63. So that's equal to 1 into 58. 1 into 58 plus 1 into x. Those are weightages. 1 into x divided by 1 plus 1. Here the weightages are 1 and 1. Therefore 1 plus 1. So this is equal to 63. So consider this step, this is 1 into 58, that is 58, 1 into x, that is x. So take this 2 towards right side, this is 126. Now we can easily find out what is the value of x. So this is 126 minus 58. So what is the value here? So whenever we are considering this difference, so this is equal to 68. Here the answer is option C. So this way we can catch, this is the basic idea of weighted average. If the situation is a weighted average situation, we can apply the concept of alligation in such a situation. So I'll explain that alligation method also in such a situation. So that's the application of alligation. In similar kind of a situation, we can apply this alligation effectively. What is the alligation here? So here we are alligating the average weight of the students. So here the average weight of girls and average of weight of boys. Average weight of girls, it is given as 58 kilogram. And the average weight of boys that we have to find out. So you just consider that is x. What is the net average? This entire class's average is 63 kilogram. So then we are alligating this step. So here what do you want to do? We just subtract the values like this. Here 63 is greater. Therefore 63 minus 58. What it is? This difference is 5. So that's as per the basic rule of alligation. Here we have to take this difference as x minus 63. That order is very important. It's not 63 minus x. It's x minus 63. How we can identify which way we have to subtract it? This 63 should lie in between 58 and x. That's the basic idea because 63 is the average. So that should lie in between the observations. Here x and 58 are the observations. So in this situation, 58 is less than 63. So definitely this x should be greater than 63. Therefore, we have to subtract 63 from x. And we know that the 30 girls here, therefore 30 boys also should be there. Here the ratio of weightages that we already found, that's in the form 1:1. In such a situation, how we can connect this step and how to find the value of x here? So here the next step of this operation is quite simple. We just equate these fractions here. So that means x minus 63 here, this is x minus 63. X minus 63 divided by 1, that is this ratio value, is equal to here 5 divided by 1. As these two values are 1 and 1 each, therefore we don't want to write it directly. So here we can write this step in the form x minus 63 is equal to 5. Now, what is the value of x? X is equal to 68. This way also we can find the answer in such a question. So, understand this is a basic application of average, weighted average. Hence, here we can apply this kind of an allegation step also. Move to the next question. Two students appeared for an examination. One of them secured 21 marks more than the other, and his marks were 80% of the sum of their marks. The marks obtained by them. So, in this kind of question, we already discussed this types of so many questions. Here we just consider two students, A and B. A and B. It is given that one of them secured 21 marks more than the other, and his marks were 80% of the sum of their marks. There the trick lies. So, if it is given that the one student's marks is 80% of the sum of their marks, how we can assume that? Suppose A secured 80% of the sum of their marks. Then what's the percentage we can consider that's the score of, that as the score of B? That's the remaining percentage, that is 20%. Because when we consider 80%, which means we basically assumed that the sum of their scores as 100. So therefore, A score is 80, that is 80% of that total 100 score 100. So like this way we can consider this one. So here we can consider these two values are 80 and 40 are in the ratio 4:1. So these in the ratio 4:1. And as per the question, the difference between their scores is equal to 21. So as per this ratio value, that difference is 3. So that we have to consider as 21. It is given as this 3 is representing 21. Then it's simple. We are going to find out what this 4 represents, what this 1 represents. Here we know that 3 into 7 will be equal to 21. So usually this is 4 into 7, that is 28. And this is 1 into 7, that is 7. So the score of these two students are 28 and 7. Is it easy? So here you learn this method to find the ratio of given scores. That's an important trick. Panalal has done 1/3 of a job in 20 days. Sai Prasad complete the rest of the job in 10 days. And how many days can they together do the job? It's a basic type question. It's initial data only we have to convert. It's not a complicated type of question. As we know, if A can complete a work in X days, B can complete a work in Y days, then they're combined, or they together, they can complete the entire work in XY by X plus Y days. It's a formula-based approach. It's a result-based approach. So nothing to do logically more than this result. So, but here the first step, it is given that 1/3 of the job in 20 days. Therefore, first we have to find out what's the total time taken by Panalal alone to finish the complete work. So that part only we have to consider as the first step of this operation. Here, this Panalal. So for P, 1/3 job, 1/3 of the job, he required how many days? It is given that 20 days. 20 days. So therefore, one full job, then how many days he required here? So it's a very simple approaching style. For the completion of 1/3 of a job, if a worker required 20 days, then the entire job, how many days he required? So that's very simple. This is 20 into, take this value, it's reciprocal, 3/1. Or that's equal to 60 days. That means Panalal required 60 days to complete this total work. And it is given that the second person, Sai Prasad. What quantity of work he completed in 10 days? That's the remaining job. As 1/3 of the job completed by Panalal, what's the remaining quantity of job here? So that remaining quantity is 2/3. So therefore, 2/3 job. So 2/3 of the job, the Sai Prasad required 10 days. then one full job, in how many days Sai Prasad can complete it? Like our previous type of approach, here you have to do the multiplication with the reciprocal of 2 by 3. So that means 10 into 3 by 2. What is 10 into 3 by 2? That is 15 days. 15 days. As we got these two data in the sense, I just rewrite those two inferences. Pannalal alone required 60 days for the completion of a work, and Sai Prasad alone required 15 days for the completion of the same work. Then they together, in how many days they can complete it. So that's the basic result. Product of these two values divided by sum of these two values. Product of these two values divided by sum of these two values. Here you don't want to multiply them together because we are going to simplify it in the next step. Here 60 plus 15, that's equal to 75. Further simplified, here we can cancel 15 5 times here, and this 5 12 times in 60. So here which will be the answer here? 12 days. So they together required 12 days. 12 days. So the answer is option A. It's such an easy question. Here two things you have to keep in your mind. The first part, if a portion of the work completed in a certain number of days, from there we have to make a standard inference that what's the time taken for the completion of the total work. So that's a very important part. That's the very first part of this operation. And the second part, that's the usual results. You're quite familiar with this kind of a result. Usually we are applying these concepts. Therefore, it's the second part, it's not a complicated step. Yeah, move to the next question. If Giridhar's salary is 5/3 times of Hariraj's salary and Shaunak's salary is 2/3 times Hariraj's salary, what is the ratio of Giridhar's salary to Shaunak's salary? So here both the persons, Giridhar and Shaunak, their salaries are connecting with the Hariraj's salary. So like that way we can express it. So here the first step, Giridhar's salary is 5/3 times of Hariraj's salary. So therefore we can write it like this. G is 5/3 of H. Got it? And the second one, that is Shaunak's salary. Yes. So that is 2/3 of Hariraj's salary. So these are the two steps. From this step, we can rewrite it as H equal to 3/5 of G. Hope you got the logic clearly. So take the reciprocal towards right side, right? Yes. Then here H we can express as 3/2 S. So this is an easy way to connect G and S together. That is Giridhar and Shaunak's. So therefore, here we can connect them. We can connect them in the sense 3/5 of G is equal to 3/2 of S. Here we have to find out the ratio between the salaries of Giridhar and Shaunak. So take this S towards left side. Therefore, this becomes G by S. What will happen here? 3 and 3 become cancelled. It becomes 5/2. If we are making it in the form of ratio, Giridhar is to Shaunak. That order is also very important. This is 5:2. And the answer is option C. Clear? If a cylinder of radius 4 centimeter and height 8 centimeter is melted and constructed into a cone of the same radius. So it's a simple question because we are going to frame another cone which have the same radius of the cylinder. So then what will be the height of this cone? First of all, you just recall the result of each figures. Here the first one, if it is a cylinder. So in the case of cylinder and case of cone, we just consider. So if it is the case of a cylinder, what is the volume? That is pi r square h. Instead, if it is the case of a cone, what is its volume? 1/3 pi r square h. When we melt the cylinder and to make a cone, with the same radius. Actually, what's the operation doing out there? That means we have to equate those two volumes. So that's the process here. Only the difference in heights. Therefore, this height we can consider as H1. This is H2. Got it? If we are using the same mass of metal to form the another cone, so the volumes are same. Therefore, we can write it like this: pi r square H1 is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square H2. So here pi r square both are same. Therefore, what we can write, H1 is equal to 1 by 3 of H2 or 3H1. So that is the height of the cone. It is given that the height of the cylinder is 8 centimeter. Therefore, this is 3 into 8. That is the height of the cone. What is this height? This is equal to 24. So therefore, the height of the cone is 24. So understand, this is a basic model question. Whenever we are forming a cone from a cylinder and keeping the radii are same, at that time the relationship between the heights are 3:1. 3:1. Correct? So that means the height of the first one is 3 times the height of the second one. So like that we have to consider. So that means height of the, so it's in the reverse order. So height of the second is 3 times the height of the first one. So that means their heights are in the ratio 1:3. H1 is to H2. So like that we can consider that will be in the ratio 1:3. That's a very important point. We are applying that concept here. What is the measure of an interior angle of a regular decagon? First of all, you just identify that is a decagon. What is a decagon? A decagon is nothing but a 10-sided polygon. 10-sided polygon. 10-sided polygon. As we know, square is also a regular polygon. How many sides it has? 4 sides. Regular pentagon is there. So it has 5 sides. What's the term represents regular? What it means? Regular means all the sides are equal. If all the sides are equal, what will happen? All the interior angles also be equal. Here also we are dealing with such a regular polygon. Here it is regular decagon. So if you need to find out total the angle sum of an n-sided polygon, total interior angle of an n-sided polygon. So these all are basic results. So how to find the total interior angle of an n-sided polygon? That's simply n minus 2 into 180. You can think about it in the case of a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. Therefore, what is the total interior angle there? That is 3 minus 2 into 180. That is 180. If it is a quadrilateral which has 4 sides, therefore its total interior angle 4 minus 2 into 180. That's equal to 360. So this is the total interior angle. Therefore, each interior angle, this is our required result. Each interior angle of an n-sided regular polygon, regular polygon. How we can derive it from the previous result? So what is this result? This will be equal to, as we know, the total interior angle sum is n minus 2 into 180 degree. If it has n interior angles, for getting each interior angle, just divide it by 2. Here it is the case of regular decagon. So if we are applying this result in a regular decagon, so then how we can find it? So therefore, each interior angle of a regular decagon. So here a regular decagon has exactly 10 sides. Therefore, this is 10 minus 2 into 180 by 10. So, this is simply 8 into 18. 8 into 18. What is 8 into 18? Here we just multiply them together. That's equal to 144 degree. So, this is the answer here. Answer is option C. So, whenever we need to find each interior angle of a regular polygon, we can directly apply this result. So, this is a direct result for finding each interior angle of a regular decagon. How it's reached means how we reach such a kind of result is just based on this basic result, that is the sum of all interior angles of a regular polygon. The circumference of a circle is 88 centimeter. Find its area. Circumference, as we know, circumference of a circle, that is 2 pi r, so which is equal to 88 centimeter. If you need to find the area, that is nothing but pi r square, that we have to find out. So, therefore, from this step, we can find what is r. Here 2 into 22 by 7, that is the value of pi, into r, which is equal to 88. Therefore, r is equal to 88 divided by 44 into 7, which is equal to 14 centimeter. So, this is the radius of this circle. And we are going to find out the area. Area is pi r square. So, here pi is 22 by 7, r is 14 into 14, r square we can write it like this. So, here one cancellation is possible, this is 2 times. So, it's simply 22 into 28. Look at the options, we are sure our answer ends with 6. So, because 2 into 8, that's equal to 6. So, just look at the options. Which value ends in 6? There is only one option there, that is option A. So, that means we don't want to waste our time to find the product like this one. We can directly apply this trick to catch the answer with the help of the unit digit here. So, this is 616. Suppose if there are more than one option which will end in 6, then we just consider another such possibilities. That means our answer should be a multiple of 11. Like that, so many different ways we can catch it. Answer is a multiple of 7, or if it is a case of a direct multiplication, then also it's not a big task because it's an easy process to multiply these two values, 22 into 28. At 15% discount, the selling price of a microwave oven is 34,000. What is the selling price if the discount is 37.5%? So these are not complicated kind of question, but you have to keep a smart calculation style to approach this type of a question. Otherwise, we may waste our time too much. And we have to consider some of the tricky approaching styles, and sometimes we have to do some smart way to identify the option, identify the answer from the given set of options. So how it is possible? First of all, we have to consider the concept part of this question. At 15% discount, the selling price is 34,000. What is the selling price if the discount is 37.5%? Here, the basic assumption is like just the marked price as 100. So, marked price is nothing but the listed price. Suppose a product, its price printed on that product as marked price. A customer just observing that the price of the product as this much, that is marked price. It's called marked price, listed price, labeled price. These all are same. The discount is applicable on marked price. Therefore, suppose we just consider the first selling price, it offered a discount of 15%. Suppose 15% discount, therefore its price become 85. Instead, we are considering another one selling price which is providing 37.5%. What is 37.5% applicable on this number, which will be the selling price? So, whenever we are applying 37.5% discount, its remaining is 62.5. 62.5. So, how we can find this value? We just subtract 37.5 from 100. So, that is 62.5. So, and we are connecting it. This 85 is representing 34,000. Then what this 62.5 represents. So, this is the way of approach here. Then how to find this one? This is nothing but 34,000 divided by 85 into 62.5. This way we can simplify it. So, here this is 34. 34,000. 34,000. Here I am just simply writing it as 3,400 into 625. For avoiding that decimal part, this is into 85. Here we can simplify these two values. How it will be possible? Either you can simplify these two values by 5, or we know that these two values are divisible by 85, because 34, that is 17 into 2. So that is 17 into 2. This is 17 into 5, right? And 100 also be here, therefore 5 also will become simplified here. So therefore we just consider what will be the value here. This is 4 times will make 340. 85 into 4. So that is 340. Therefore this is 40. So we can directly multiply it here. So first it's 40 into 625 here. First we just put a 0 here. Then 4 into 25, that's another 100 is there. 24 plus 1, 25 is there. Therefore the answer is 25,000. So this is the basic unitary type of approach. Understand that part. Here the basic assumption are the market price of the article that we started with 100. At what rate of compound interest per annum will a sum of rupees 10,000 becomes 12321? Hope you all are well aware about the result related to compound interest. You can apply the result wise also we can approach. But here we are considering, we are filtering that methods, means there are lots of methods there, and we are sorting it out. That means which will be the suitable method whenever we will get similar kind of a question. We don't want to be confused about the method, which method is suitable in such a situation. Here the very simple approaching style, we just consider principal and amount, just write the values like this. The principal, it has 10,000, and this amount, that is 12321. Just note this period has 2 years. Think about our first observation. Can we simplify these two values with any of the common factors like 2, 3, 5, any common factors there? While observing this value, so that's your numerical skill will support you, there is not any common factor for these two values. So first we have to check whether there are any common factor. So here these two values didn't have any common factor. Then moving to the second step. Can we express these two values in the form of squares of any numbers? Why squares? It's a period of 2 years. That's why we are thinking about squares. If it is a case of 3 years, we have to check whether the given values can be expressed in the form of cubes. Here it's not like that. Here it's a case of 2 years, therefore think about squares. So can we express this 10,000 as a square of any number? No doubt, that is 100 square. Only our responsibility or the challenge here to identify what is the square root of this number. So can you recall what is the square root of this number? That kind of a step only will support you. In such a situation, what you can try, if you are not able to find what is square root of this number, don't worry. You can think about the options. Suppose if it is 22, how it will work? That is 122 square. Is 122 square is equal to this number? No, because we know that 122 square will end in 4. Second option we just consider, that is 11. 111 square. Whether it will be satisfying this condition? Yeah, maybe, because 111 square, its unit digit is 1, therefore it's satisfying 1. There is a chance, keep it in a pending list. This is 7. How it will work? This become 107 square. 107 square will end in 9. Yeah, that's not in connection with this number, because its unit digit is 1. Therefore, that's not the answer. Then the next last one, 115. Yeah, obviously, we know that its unit digit, square's unit digit will also 5. So that's also not matching. Therefore, what we can conclude, this will be the answer. Or how we can write this, this is 111 square. 111 square. So then how we can identify this one? Here in each year was a variation occurred, that is 100 become 111, here an annual increment of 11%. This is the most easiest approach towards this kind of a question. Whenever you will get this type of question, never be confused. Apply the same method for finding the answer of this type of question. Yeah, it's an algebraic question. It's based on identity. X minus y equal to minus 9, xy equal to minus 20, then find x square plus y square. You just recall the identity x minus y the whole square. X minus y the whole square. Just try to expand it. What is x minus y the whole square? That is x square plus y square minus 2xy. Maybe you learned it like x square minus 2xy plus y square. That's not a matter. We just rearrange them. That's it. Here, which are the values available here? X minus y is with us. That is minus 9. So this is minus 9 square. And this part, that is x square plus y square. Minus 2. xy is also with us. That is minus 20. What is this? X minus 9 square, that is 81. And this is our required expression, x square plus y square. And this is equal to 40. So therefore, what is the value of x square plus y square? So that is equal to 81 minus 40. So which is equal to 41. So the answer is 41. So from this step, from this identity, we can catch the direct result for x square plus y square. How to develop the direct result for x square plus y square? So whenever you will get such a question further, so you can directly use this result. We are deducing it from this identity. That's simply x minus y the whole square plus. So take this value towards left side, that is plus 2xy. So we can apply this result directly for finding the answer of such a question. Or whenever you are getting a strange question like this, you just think about a suitable identity that you already learned in connection with the given result. So then apply it. From that step, you can find which will be the required value of the given expression. Two cars travel from city A to city B at speeds of 36 km per hour and 54 km per hour respectively. One car takes 3.5 hours lesser time than the other car for the journey than the distance between city A and city B. That's an interesting question from time and distance. Hope you will be able to find the answer of such a kind of question because we discussed the similar kind of question in previous sessions. Here you have to make a ratio-wise approach in such a type of question. First of all, here we have the speeds of both the passengers, or both the cars. So here how we can express, first of all, we have to frame a ratio between the speeds. So car A and car B. So their speed, first we have to write, it is given that the speed of the first car, A to B, at 36 km per hour and another one that is 54 km per hour. Here the destinations are A and B, therefore we have to write the cars are something else. So we can write the cars are X and Y. The speed of X, that's the first car, that is 36 km per hour, and that of the second car, that is 54 km per hour. Think about the ratio between these two speeds. Here we know that 36 and 54 both are divisible by 18. So this is 2 into 3. Once we got the ratio of speeds, we can convert it into the form of ratio of time. How we can write the ratio of time? So that is the reciprocal or the inverse of these two times, that is 3:2. Why we converted it in the form of time? Because our question's tricks is related in connection with the time. Because it is given that if one car takes 3.5 hours lesser time, what it means, the time taken by both the cars are in the ratio 3:2. The difference in those time taken or the required duration of the journey by both the cars, that is 3.5 hours. As per these ratio values, what is the difference? Difference is 1. As this 1 represents 3.5, we can easily find what this 2 represents. What is this 2? As 1 represents 3.5, this 2 represents 7 hours. How we can connect it to find the distance between A and B? So that means the speed of Y is 54 km per hour and the time he traveled is 7 hours. Just connect it. So therefore the distance, we can directly reach the conclusion. What's the distance here? Distance is nothing but speed into time. So we just consider any one person, either X or Y. Here we are getting this hour, duration of the journey as a rounded figure in the case of Y. That's why we are considering this person. So otherwise we just consider if 1 is 3.5, then 3 also we can find out. That is 3 into 3.5, that will become 10.5, could it? So like that also we can take, that is 36 into 10.5. Like that also we can proceed. Here anyway we will get a natural number value here, therefore we can use it. This is 54 into 7. So what is the product here? So whenever we are multiplying this one, this is equal to 378 kilometer. 378 kilometer. Understand that step of operation we applied here. First we have to find the ratio of speeds. From there we have to catch the ratio of the time. So with the help of that ratio of time we have to find the answer here. Okay, then move to the next question. Product of digits of a 2-digit number is 72. If we add 9 to the number, the new number obtained is a number found by interchange the digits. Find the number. It's a question from the topic numbers. How to find the answer of this question? Most probably what will happen whenever you will get a question, if a student is well aware about the algebraic kind of approach of this type of a question, he or she may waste time for finding the answer of such a question with the help of algebra. So what's a brilliant approach here? So in which way you answered this question? So that is nothing but we just do a trial and error method from the given set of options. That's a work back method. From the given options we are catching the answer. What is our first point? That's a filtering point here. Product of the digits of a 2-digit number is 72. First you have to catch the product of the digits is 72. Just observe which are the numbers are suitable as per that condition. Product of the digits. So first point, that is product of digit. Product of digit is equal to 72. So as per that condition, here we know that 98 is possible because 9 into 8 is equal to 72. 89 is also possible. Therefore, we can eliminate these two options because 78 and 87 are not satisfying this condition. That means here two possibilities, 98 or 89. So then we are moving to the second condition. When we add 9 to the number obtained is a number formed by interchanging the digits. So that means here suppose our number is AB, is a 2-digit number. When we add 9 to this number, it will become BA. These are not the actual algebraic type of operation, only for conveying the concept what will the variation occur in the number. So we are verifying out of these two numbers which will satisfy this condition. This is 98 plus 9. What will happen? This is equal to 107. There is not a relation between these two values. Therefore, 98 is not the answer. So what we can conclude, this is the answer. Or you just simply verify this is 89 plus 9. What will happen here? This is 98. Look at these two numbers. These are interchanged form, 89 and 98. So there are lots of algebraic and the numerical trick behind this question, this type of a question. But we don't want to bother about it. So you can catch it simply from the options. Whenever we will get such a favorable chance, never miss the chance. So you can easily get the answer. So that's why you have to keep your confidence level always. So whenever you will get a question, you just understand the situation that it's all in your brain. You can at least think about it in an arithmetical way. So which will be the answer from the given hints you can catch. You can identify the answer from the options. If you are not at all aware about the actual concept behind the question. An amount fetched a total simple interest of 3,200 at the rate of 6.25 per year in 4 years. What is the amount? is a case of simple interest. An amount fetched a total simple interest of this much. Then what is that amount? That means we are going to find out the principal amount. In such a situation, it's better to use the method, net rate method. So how to find the net rate? Here, the rate is 6.25%. And the period of investment, that is 4 years. So therefore, net rate. So net rate is nothing but R into N. That's it. Here 6.25 into 4. This much percentage. That's very simple. In each year, as per this condition, there's a case of simple interest, 6.25% per year. So for 1 year, that is 1 time of 6.25. For 2 years, that is 2 times of 6.5. In the similar ways, 4 years, that is 4 times of 6.5. That's a total rate of interest you can earn in 4 years. So that's a simple logic here. So therefore, this is 6.25 into 4. What it will become? 6.25 into 4. So that's equal to 25. So net rate is 25%. What it is given that's a simple interest for 4 years. Simple interest for 4 years. That means the total simple interest that equal to 3,200. How we can connect these two inferences here or the values here? This 25% of the principal, which is equal to 3,200. 25% of the principal is 3,200. As we know, 25% means 1 by 4 of P, that is 3,200. Then what was the principal we can find? That is nothing but 3,200 into 4. What it will become? So this is 12800. So that means 12,800. So this is the case of net rate. You have to keep this point in your mind, how to find the net rate in the case of simple interest. So never be confused if we are dealing with the compound interest, how to find net rate? That's slightly different. So that's the case of successive variation. But if it is the case of simple interest, we can directly multiply like this. Move further. A boat goes a certain distance at 30 km per hour and comes back the same distance at 60 km per hour. What is the average speed? It's a case of to and fro journey. Whether it's a boat or a car or bus or a person, that's not a matter here. So usually we know that whenever we are reading the term boat, immediately it will reflect that the topic is boats and streams. And some students are actually afraid about the topic. They may misinterpret that it contains lots of complicated concepts and results. It's not like that. It's a very simple topic. Even though this question, it's used the term boat, but it doesn't have any direct connection with the topic boats and streams. It's simply the concept of average in a to and fro journey. So I just explained the result here. Whenever we are considering such a situation, if it is a case of a to and fro journey, suppose a person from A to B, then B to A. So if it is a case of A to B and B to A. So here we just consider destinations A, B. If a person travel from A to B at P km per hour, and for the return journey he opt Q km per hour. 2 different journeys, that's it, to and fro. What is the actual meaning of this to and fro? Here the distances are same. The distance he traveled from A to B is same as the distance he covered in the return trip also. In such a situation, what is the average speed of this entire round trip? That's the harmonic mean of these values. Can you recall how to find the harmonic mean? That's simple. Harmonic mean of any 2 values, that is 2 PQ divided by P plus Q. So this result is irrespective of the distance. So what is the actual distance between A and B? That's not a matter here. So only you have to do this kind of an operation. This is the average speed result, average speed. So then consider our situation. Here the speeds are 30 km per hour and 60 km per hour. So if you are applying the same result for finding the average speed in such a context, so here average speed, apply those values here. So those are 30 and 60. That means 2 into 30 into 60 divided by 30 plus 60. What is 30 plus 60? 90. We can simplify it like 30 and 90, that is 3 times 30 will be equal to 90, and 3 we can cancel here, that is equal to 20, therefore 2 into 20, which is equal to 40 kilometer per hour. That's the average speed of this entire round trip. Then the next question, a number is increased by 84, it becomes 107 of itself. What is the number? A number is increased by 84, therefore, so 100 becomes 107. That's the percentage wise variation. 100 becomes 107. A number is increased by 84. What's the increment occurred here? 7. So we just connect it with the quantities. If a number is increased by 84 means here this is simply the 7 is representing 84. That's a simple unitary approach. The 7 is 84. Then we have to find out what is the number. What is 100? What is 100? As 7 is representing 84 means 7 it's multiplied with 12. Like that we reached 84. Therefore here also we have to do the multiplication. 100 into 12. What is 100 into 12? 1200. It's a quick question. You can do similar kind of question by mind without taking too much time. So we can easily simplify it. Move further for finding the next question. A wholesaler sells a jacket to a retailer at a profit of 5%. And the retailer sells it to a customer at a profit of 10%. If the customer pays 4158, what had it cost to the wholesaler? It's a successive variation situation. So in such a successive variation situation, how we can find out it? This wholesaler sells a jacket to the retailer. You can start it in the form of the successive variation with the help of substitutions. Substitutions or assumed values. Here 3 persons, wholesaler is there, and retailer is there, and finally customer. So here wholesaler, retailer, then customer. Suppose the cost spent by the wholesaler as 100. He sells it to the retailer to make a profit of 5%. 5%. So what's the profit here? I just give some space for this refer here. So this is wholesaler, so then retailer, then customer. So wholesaler spent 100 rupee. So there is a 5% profit here. So hence it is 105. So 5% of 100, that is 5 rupee. And the retailer makes a profit of 10% while selling it to the customer. So what is 10% of 105? That's equal to 10.5. 10.5. So that is 10.5. 10%. When we add this 10.5 with 105, this is equal to 115.5. That's it. Then, if the customer pays 4158, what the cost this wholesaler spent here? That means this 115.5, this value is 4158. Then what this 100 represents? So that's a simple trick. How to solve it? So therefore this required cost, which will be equal to 4158 divided by 115.5 into 100. So this is a step. So how to simplify it further? Here if you need to remove this decimal portion, you just multiply both the values by 2. Then this will be equal to 4158 into 200 divided by, just multiply these values, what it will become? This is equal to 231. 231. While observing such a step of operation, we can easily identify that this 4158 should be a multiple of 231. Otherwise, the answer will be a decimal value. So here all the answers are convenient figures. From here we have to catch which will be the answer here. So what is the trick here? I just give you a most interesting trick in such a situation. Here that's the divisibility conditions we can check. That's one method. And another one method here we just consider, just observe the unit digits here, like that also we can catch. Anyway, this value, whenever we are considering these two values, so here this 231, this is 4158, then simply observe which value into something, means which value into 1 will reach this 8 here, because there is not any common factor for 200 and 231. So definitely this 4158 should be a multiple of 231. So therefore the unit digit of this division is 8. 8 into 2, that's equal to 6. Therefore answer should end in 600. So 3600 will be the answer. Like that we can catch it. So that's one method. So anyway, we can check how to do that division here. We are simply dividing 4158 by 231. 231. How many times this 231 lies in 415? Only one time. So that is 231 here. And take the differences here. 4, this is 84, 184 here. So this is 1848. How many times this lies here? That is 8 times. Therefore, this is 1 time of 8. 3 into 8, 24. 2 is there. 16 plus 2, 18 is there. So therefore, that is 18 times. So this is 18 times. 18 into 200, what is the answer here? Which is equal to 3600. So here the answer is option D, that is 3600. I just explained that with the help of unit digit method. So while observing this one, here we know that this product, this quotient's unit digit should be equal to 8. That means we don't want to spend time for finding this division part. So here we can directly reach the conclusion that our answer should end in 600. Like that way also we can approach, or we can save time while we are considering this kind of a simplification step. The average marks of 40 students in an examination was 25. It was later found that the marks of one student had been wrongly entered as 73 instead of 37. What is the value of the correct average? So this is a frequently tested kind of question. So how it is, how we can find the new average or correct average. So I just give you a direct result for finding the answer. So correct average, it's always in this kind of a replacement question. It's a situation of replacement because we are replacing one number with another number. So replacement. In such situation, replacement, what it means, we are removing one number and replacing it with another number because there is not any variation according to the number of observations. The total number are same. In such a situation, correct average is initial average plus change in total divided by number of observations. Number of observations is n. So now I will explain how to find it. So here the corrected average is, what was the initial average? So 40 students there. So initial average is 25 plus. What is the change occurred here? Understand the change properly. Wrongly entered as 73. Therefore, this is actually 37. Means we are removing 73 but inserting 37. We are removing 73 but inserting 37. That's the operation here. So this divided by the number of observations. Here the number of observations are 40. As 40. So then we can simplify it. This is 25. Minus, here this will become 73 minus 37, or that difference that we have to catch. What will be the difference here? So this is 6. This is 36 divided by 40. What is this value? 36 divided by 40, that's equal to 25 minus 0.9. What is 25 minus 0.9? How we can reach a conclusion that is equal to 24.1. 24.1. Hence the answer is 24.1. You can use this result directly for finding the answer of such a kind of question, but this change that you have to catch properly. What's the variation occurred here? Which was wrongly entered there, that we have to remove. That's why that here we just consider that value as negative 73. And we are adding 37 to this number, therefore plus 37 here. The ratio of present ages of R and S is 11:17. 11 years ago, the ratio of their ages was 11:20. What is R's present age? It's an interesting question. It's a changes in ratio question. I will explain one most easiest and beautiful method for finding such kind of alteration ratio method. So two persons, R and S, R and S, R and S. Here, the present ages are in the ratio. Present ages are in the ratio 11:70. 11:70. And 11 years ago, so here 11 years ago, what happened? The ratio becomes 11:20. 11:20. So here you just understand the situation properly. It's in such an age problem related question. Here we have to make these two ratios in a proper order, or we have to make suitable alterations here. So what is the basic idea of alteration here? So this is 11:17, which means the age of R, present age of R are 11x and that of S is 17x. And here it is 11y and 20y. Understand? The multiplicative factors that we are applying in both the situations are different. Alteration in the ratio means, as per the given information, we are making these two multiplicative factors are equal. So how it is possible? We just understand the situation properly. Here, these two differences are same. It should be same because this difference is nothing but 11 years. 11 years. But while observing these two values, these two differences are not equal. That means the vertical difference. That is called the vertical difference. These are not equal. How we can make those vertical differences are equal? There is a simple trick. If we want to make the vertical differences are equal, we just equate the horizontal differences. How to equate the horizontal difference? Here we just observe what is the horizontal difference right now. This is 6 and this is 9. If you want to make these two differences are equal, it's quite simple. What is the LCM of 9 and 6? What is the LCM of 9 and 6? That's equal to 18. 18. So if you want to make this as 18, just multiply this ratio by 3. If you want to make this 9 as 18, just multiply it by 2. So this way we can make these two values the same. So therefore we can consider what is the altered ratio here. Just multiply this ratio by 3, hence it is 33, and 3 into 17, that's equal to 51. Similarly, the second person, this is 2 into 11, that is 22, 2 into 20, that's equal to 40. These are the altered ratio. Now the multiplicative factors are same. So simply look at here. What is the difference here? This is 11. And what's the difference here? This is also 11. Here, situationally, that difference in the given question, that's also 11. It's not always happen. Here, how we can connect? This 11 is representing 11 years. This 11 is representing 11 years. Hence, what we have to find? That's the present age of R we have to find. What is the present age of R? R is equal to 33. So, therefore, we can conclude the present age of R. Present age of R is equal to 33. This is one alteration ratio form. If you are well aware about the method, once you are getting familiar with the method, you can do some of the magical performances in similar type of situations. So anyway, I will teach you the usual method for finding the answer of similar type of question, because some students are not able to catch that the changes in ratio form. So here what you have to do, the present age of R and S are 11x and 17x. So this is the algebraic version. 11 years ago, we just subtract 11 from both the numbers. the ratio of their ages was 11:20. This is the direct step. Just do the cross multiplication, you will get the answer. How to do it? Just do it here. So this is 20 into 11, like that we can do. Or otherwise here we know that on numerator, these all 11s we can strike out. This is 17x minus 11. On right side, this is 1 by 20. Then do the cross multiplication. This is 20x minus 20 is equal to 17x minus 11. So therefore, this is 3x is equal to 3. Not 3, 20 minus 11. What is 20 minus 11? That is 9. So now the value of x is equal to 3. So what we assumed as the present age of R, 11x. Therefore, from this step, we can find the present age of R. So here we found the value of the multiplicative factor as we assumed in the first ratio. So therefore, present age of R. So we assumed that as 11x, as we already got the value of x as 3 from this algebraic step of operation. This is 11 into 3, which is equal to 33 years. So the answer is option B. If you are well aware about the initial method that the alteration ratio form, you can do the operation by mind instead of doing this kind of algebraic step of operation. If 2 t-shirts are offered free on purchase of 5 t-shirts, then what is effective discount? How we can tag this discount offer? So this is nothing but buy 3 get 2. Is it? Buy 3 get 2 free. Because 2 t-shirts are offered free on purchase of 5 t-shirts. It means totally the customer is receiving 5 t-shirts. Out of these 5 t-shirts, 2 are free. Clear? That's the basic logic. So here, if we need to find out the discount percentage in such a situations, so that is nothing but discount percentage. In this kind of offers, the discount percentage is simply, you just consider total number of received items. So here, total number of received items. Received items. And the number of free items. Number of free items. This way, we can develop a result for finding the discount person in such a situation. Here the total number of received items means he received a total of 5 t-shirts. Out of these 5 t-shirts, 2 are free. Like this way we have to understand. Otherwise we may misinterpret that this 5 plus 2, 7 items he received. It's not like that. In total, only 5 items. Out of those 5 items, 2 are free. Therefore, 2 by 5 into 100. What is 2 by 5 into 100? That's equal to 40%. Here the net discount percent is 40%. This is a similar question when we get it in the form buy 3 get 2. Buy 3 get 2. That means buy 3 get 2 offer. So whenever we are purchasing 3 items, we will get additional 2 items. So in total 5 items we can receive. So in such a situation, we are following that method. What is the area of a regular hexagon of side 14 centimeter? What is hexagon? What is hexagon? That you have to understand. A regular hexagon, how it will be. A regular hexagon. So here, if we are considering a regular hexagon, we have to draw it for the, say, a regular hexagon, it will be like, So if it is a regular hexagon, we can draw it. So it has 6 sides in total. 6 sides. If it is the case of a regular hexagon, this is a regular hexagon. It has 6 sides in total. And these 6 sides we can consider from the middle of or the center here, we can split it into 6 equilateral triangles. 6 equilateral triangles. It will be like 6 equilateral triangles. That's a trick behind such a question. A regular hexagon, we can split it into 6 equilateral triangles. So therefore, and its side is equal to 14 centimeter. It is given that its side is equal to 14 centimeter. Got it. So therefore, a regular hexagon of side a centimeter, its area is area of a regular hexagon is equal to 6 times the area of the triangle. What is the area of an equilateral triangle? You just recall, area of an equilateral triangle, area of an equilateral triangle, that is root 3 by 4 a square, root 3 by 4 a square. Here we can simplify it. This is equal to, whenever we are doing this type of operations, we just directly put it here, that is 6 into root 3 by 4, root 3 by 4. What is the radius here? This is 14 centimeter, sorry, side here 14 centimeter. So r a square, we just take it as 14 into 14. Simplify it further. So this we can simplify it like this. 4 we can cancel here, 7 and 7. So that is 49 into 6. So what is 49 into 6? Just simply recall, 49 into 6 will end in 4, right? 49 into 6 will end in 4. Look at the options here, only 294. Therefore, this is 294 root 3. This is 294 root 3. In such a step, you just catch that unit digit method. So while we are doing the operation, so here first you have to derive the concept, how to find the area of an equilateral triangle. They are the basic prerequisites required is how to find the area of an equilateral triangle. Move further. M is thrice as good a workman as N, and together they finish a piece of work in 30 days. In how many days will M alone finish the work? It's a direct efficiency wise question. So here we are framing the efficiencies of these two persons. So M is thrice as good a workman as N. So here the ratio of their efficiencies, M is to N. M is thrice efficient as N. So therefore that is 3:1. This is nothing but the ratio of their efficiencies. Ratio of efficiencies. Got it? In such a situation, if it is the ratio of their efficiencies, we can directly take, we just simply consider the efficiency of M is equal to 3 and efficiency of N is equal to 1. Therefore, the efficiency of M and N is equal to 4. And how we can connect it with the question, because it is given that they together required 30 days. So if they together required, this 4 is representing 30 days. So they together required means this combined efficiency, 3 plus 1, 4. So that combined efficiency, they required 30 days. Then the time taken by M alone, how many days? Just recall, these efficiency and days are in inverse variation. Whenever it is the case of inverse variation, we already learned the thing M1 into D1 equal to M2 into D2. That means product of these two values equal to product of these two values. Therefore, here it is simply 4 into 30 by this 3. So just do the operation like this. This is the inverse variation situation. So many times we applied the unitary method. In those all situations, we are following that direct variation. Never be confused in such a step of operation. This time and work situation is a case of inverse variation. Hence, we are considering the horizontal products are equal. That means the product of these two values is equal to product of these two values. Otherwise, if it will be the case of inverse variation, the cross products are equal. Here we can answer this question with the help of this data. This is equal to 40 simply. So the answer is option B. Understand that approaching style, that's an important method. And the next question, what least number must be subtracted from 3401 so that the sum is completely divisible by 11? That's an interesting question. But before that, you have to understand how to find the divisibility of 11. I will teach you it in a simple way. Divisibility by 11. Suppose we just consider a number, a big number like A, B, C, D, E, a 5-digit number we can take. So you just start to consider the alternate place digits like this and just add up together. So this is A plus C plus E. That's the sum of these three numbers. And take the other set of digits, that is B plus D here. So that's another sum, that is B plus D. We are not sure which is greater. So we have to take the difference of these two values. Take the difference. The symbol is representing difference. Take the difference of these two values means if this difference, which is greater, that we have to keep as the first one and the least one as the second. When we have to subtract the least difference from the largest, least sum from the largest sum. So then if the differences are either 0 or any multiple of 11, then the given number is also divisible by 11. Understand? The first step, take the sum of alternate place digits. Second step, find the difference between those two sums. And third, conclusion, if such a difference is either 0 or any multiple of 11, then the given number is also divisible by 11. Got it? And how to find the remainder here? So in such a situation, we have to find the remainder, whether when we divide this value by 11, which will be the remainder. That is the answer here. Because what is the least number that we have to subtract from 3401? There we have to understand so many important points. Here we have to take the sum of these two values. This is 4 plus 1. What is 4 plus 1? So 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. What is 3 plus 0? That's equal to 3. What is the difference here? This is equal to 2. This is our required number. This is the remainder also. This is the remainder also. 5 minus 3. So that's equal to 2 in this case. Here one more important point you have to keep it in your mind whenever we are thinking about such a situation. So our question, its answer is 2. That's simply directly the remainder in such a situation. Suppose we are considering another one number like if it will be 5321. What is the remainder when we divide this number by 11? How to do it? So here we are taking this difference is 4. This difference is 4. And that sum is 4. That sum is 4 here. 4. And this sum is 7. Can you guess what is the remainder here? So here usually we know that we may think it like this is the largest one. Therefore we have to subtract this 4 from 7. So now this is equal to 3. Is it the remainder? No, it's wrong. Understand? It's wrong. It's wrong. So what you have to keep in your mind? If you need to catch the remainder when we divide such a number by 11, you can follow the same method, but the order of the step of operation is very important. So if you want to check which will be the remainder, you have to subtract. So this unit place digit set of or group of values, there are some you have to write at first. 4 minus the rest all the values. Unit place including set of digits, the sum you have to write at first. Then subtract the remaining part. Then there is another confusion rise. That is minus 3. Is it remainder? No doubt, that's a remainder. That's the case of negative remainder. If you want to make it as a positive remainder, what's the immediately next step? You just subtract this 3 from 11 because we are thinking about the divisibility by 11. What is 11 minus 3? That's equal to 8. Don't forget that point. Here, in this question, it's not a confusing situation. Here, the unit digit including set, its sum is greater, fortunately. Otherwise, we may make a mistake here. So that's a trick here in such a type of questions. Here, the answer is 2. So that's simply like this. We have to take the alternate place digits and we have to subtract the other group's sum from the unit digit including group. That's a simple way to find the remainder. And we are considering the final set of questions here. That's a question and data interpretation. Here it's a data which contains the students from 6 different countries, A, B, C, D, E, F. participated in a certain seminar. The pie chart shows the number of students from 6 different countries. These all are number of students. You just simply observe what is the total number of students here. Never be prejudicially consider the total number as 100. Just try to add up together. This is 25 plus 30, that's equal to 55. 55 plus 15, so that is 70. 70 plus 20, so total 90 students here. In total, 90 students. Don't forget that point. Here, the biggest contingent of students was from the country. Which country? So that means the highest participation from which country here? That's an observation type of question. While observing this set, the maximum number of students participated from here B. Maximum number of students participated from B. So hence, no doubt, the answer is option B. Got it? So move to the next question. Here in this question, what is the angular measure of the sector representing country A? So this is the sector representing country A. So there the total number of students is 25. What is the total strength of students? We already found that the total strength of the students from all these 6 countries is 90 students there. If you want to make the percentage here, what we are usually doing, 25 by 90 into 100. But if you want to make the corresponding central angle of such a sector, what's the total central angle of this pie diagram? So that it's a circle. Its total central angle is nothing but 360 degree. 360 degree. Got it? So this is a simple trick. So which is the number representing that particular region divided by total number of observations into 360 degree. So here we know that this is 4 times, therefore 25 into 4, that equal to 100 degree. Hence the answer is option A. And our final question, by what count in percent were students from country B at the seminar more than the students from E? Students B is more than students from E. So here E, it contains only 10, B, it contains 30. This 30 is how much more than E? That's it. So here 20 students more than E. Therefore, our required percentage here, this 20 is what percentage of 10? Our question is, this difference is what percent of the initial number? So that simply, we can simplify this one is twice. We know that by observation, that's equal to 200. The difference we have to catch is how much percentage more? That is 200% more. Got it? So these are the set of questions from this particular mock exams. Hope you performed well, because almost all the concepts you learned from the sessions we discussed so far. Here also almost all the concepts are the pre-discussed type of questions, nothing strange over here. So that means once you are experiencing like that, nothing strange over here, that means your level of understanding or your knowledge level, it's increased. You created such a kind of strong foundation. So based on that foundation, you can perform well in the further set of exams or the further mock exams also. Before going to write the exams, you have to make that sure that you went through all these concepts which we discussed through these kinds of the discussion sessions of the mock exams, and the tricky approaches which we discussed in the prior sessions. Those are very, very helpful whenever we are approaching similar kind of questions. So those all are some tricky type of approaches that will help you to make a quick, a 1-second conclusion in most of the questions. So right now we can wind up. All the best.